talk about postpartum depression, okay? This is the second part of the prenatal teaching that I gave in the few days ago, in the past. So, why I want to talk postpartum depression? There's so many women, mothers who gave birth, who don't have no clue on how to deal with the baby after birth. And because of that, na-stress sila and they develop postpartum depression. You probably heard many celebrities, Western celebrities or Asian celebrities who develop postpartum depression. It is a very common mental health issues na nararanasan ng mga nanay, especially those women, first-time women, mothers, na nagkakaroon sila ng poor coping skills on how to deal with mental health issues. So, bakit nagkakaroon ng postpartum depression? One of the major concerns why women develop postpartum depression is the lack of support from the family, from the partner, or even from the healthcare provider. Okay, and this started as a nurse. Na-experience ko ito when I was working in the maternity unit. Okay, I've seen many women after they gave birth na sometimes wala doon ang mister because mister is working. Minsan nandoon lang si mother-in-law dahil wala din si inang or si lola. Some women don't even have support when they gave birth dahil either they have a broken family or talagang walang pagkakaintindihan sa mga partners nila. So they're kind of solo flight doon sa after they gave birth. Ito yung mga klase ng situation na very risky talaga to develop postpartum depression. Postpartum depression can really affect on how the mother takes good care of herself, especially on how she takes good care of her baby. Okay? When we gave birth, doon sa pagbubuntis natin before, as I mentioned before, when you get pregnant, nagbabago yung hormone niya. The same thing when you gave birth. Another changes of your physiological changes in your body that really affects on how your mood changes, your lahat na physically and emotionally. Nagbabago din yun. The worst thing is, may kasama ka na, may baby ka na when you give birth. So, that's another problem that you have to deal with. Kung paano mo i-take good care ang baby mo while after you give birth. Now, if you're missing that support system, wala kang support sa mga biyenan mo, wala kang support sa family mo, minsan ikaw lang at ang husband mo, ang solo na nag-aalaga at nagko-cope kung how to deal with parenting or parenthood. Some people would struggle, lalong-lalo na sa mga couple na they lack of prenatal skills, they lack of prenatal teaching. So it is really important na as much as possible, kung may taong mag-offer, kaibigan nyo, family members nyo, mag-offer ng kahit maglaban ng konti sa mga o tutulong kung ano mang gawain sa kusina nyo, treasure it, accept it, dahil kailangan mo yun, you need that support. There are so many women out there na kinikip nila yung feelings nila, they don't tell their partners kung ano yung feelings nila, that they're already developing some symptoms of postpartum depression, the lack of sleep, moody, sometimes you're crying for no reason. Do you have no appetite or you have no energy at all or you don't feel, and the worst is when you feel like na ayaw mong mag-bond sa baby mo. That's the worst part. That's the worst symptoms of postpartum depression. Because when you give birth, I keep touching my my doll. So when you gave birth, this baby needs you. You need cuddling, you need your snuggling, you need you be talking with your baby, snuggling, smiling, whatever. And if you have no energy to do that because you're experiencing postpartum depression, kawawa ang baby mo. And minsan hindi naiintindihan ng partner nyo kung ano yung nararamdaman nyo. So what is really important here that I want to share with you is that kailangan nyo talagang ma-maintain yung communication as what I've mentioned before. You really need to talk. Say it. Kung masama ang feeling mo, masama pakiramdam mo, mainit ang ulo mo, say it. If you need support, you need to ask for it. Kasi yung iba din, sometimes then, some members of the family probably kind of hesitant, meaning na dalawang isip, kung mag-provide ba ng support dahil yung iba din ma-misinterpret na nakikialam or something like that. So it's best kung, lalo na sa mga partners, na kung napifeel mo na hindi na nagsasalita yung asawa mo, partner mo, hindi na nagsasalita si mommy, hindi na umiimik si mommy, do something about it, okay? If the mommy doesn't want to talk to the partner, to you, husband, kung nanonood ka ngayon, ask your mom to talk to her. Ask your mother-in-law to talk to her. Ask, maybe her friends will be able to talk to her. Because kaming mga babae, tayong mga babae, I've been there. I had a really hard time being a new mom at the age of 26 na me and my husband have no clue. Wala kaming clue kung paano i-calm down yung baby who's crying from 7 o'clock at night up to 4 a.m. at night. Could you imagine how many hours yun na we took turns kung sino magyuyugyug, hindi malaman kung we put the baby in the crib or cuddle the baby, or those were the situation na I felt like, is this the end of my life? Na kaya ko ba to? And if you don't have somebody to support you on those times, ikikip mo lang sa sarili mo, then you're gonna develop postpartum depression. And what is the best cure for postpartum depression? Based on research, the best intervention for postpartum depression is breastfeeding. Why? When the mother starts to breastfeed, cuddling the baby, bonding the baby, so I got my baby here. So if the mom starts cuddling the baby, the face of the baby, the feeling of having the baby close to you, and when the baby starts sucking, breastfeeding, you're starting to release oxytocin in your brain. And that oxytocin is a hormone. It's a good feeling hormone. When you have a lot of release, pag marami kang release ng oxytocin na yun, na nagbe-breastfeed si baby, it makes you feel good, it makes you hungry, it makes you sleepy, it makes you relax, nawawala yung sakit ng katawan mo because of that oxytocin release. And how do you compare it, the oxytocin release? Just like sex. Excuse me for the young viewers, but it is. When you have release of that oxytocin, it relaxes from head to toe of your body. So when the baby starts breastfeeding, starts sucking, and getting that letdown, you're getting that letdown of the milk, nagre-release ka ng maraming oxytocin in your body. Okay? Based on research, there are 4 to 17 times, take note, 4 to 17 times na magkakaroon ng milk ejection reflex, meaning yung spray ng milk mo every feeding. So could you imagine kung relax ang brain mo, magkakaroon ka ng milk ejection reflex na 4 to 17 times per feeding, okay? Per feeding. that makes you relax, that prevents postpartum depression, that makes you feel good. Kaya makikita nyo minsan, maraming mga nanay when they're breastfeeding with the baby, pareho silang tulog after. Why? Because the mom feels good after the release of that milk ejection reflex na nagkakaroon ang mga moms 4 to 17 times. Hindi ito alam lahat. Halos kalimitan ng mga doktor, hindi ito alam. Okay? Because lactation consultant like me, yun ang pinag-aralan namin. And not all doctors knows this. Okay? So, make sure that when you're breastfeeding, try to relax, because when you're relaxed, you get more of that oxytocin and you feel a good feeling mood. Okay? So, yan ang may share ko sa inyo ngayon dahil marami akong may nagme-message sa akin na mga bagong nanay na they're experiencing really hard time dealing with breastfeeding, dealing with taking care of the baby, plus dealing with family issues. And they're already having symptoms ng mga postpartum depression. So I hope this video would help so many women or mothers who gave birth, especially those first-time moms. Hindi lang ang first-time moms nagkakaroon ng postpartum depression, okay? There are also moms who have multiple pregnancies, multiple babies, who also develop postpartum depression. And how long this postpartum depression lasts? It can happen after a month you gave birth, or even after a week you gave birth, and it can last even for a year or more. Do you imagine kung hindi mo namalayan, kung you don't have a good coping skills on how to deal with this problem, it's gonna be affecting your health as well as the health of your baby. So I hope you take care of yourself. Plan before you give birth, because when you have lots of prepared food, when your house is organized, when your support system is there, then they are yun yung mga sandigan mo na makakatulong sa inyo to prevent postpartum depression. And I hope I give you good information today. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I want you to share this video para mapanood ito ng maraming mga nanay dyan who already have suffering postpartum depression dahil nga sa panahon na to. I know what a hard life right now because of this COVID pandemic. That's why I'm doing this video. So watch me again, because every 2 to 3 days you're gonna be watching videos from me, all types of videos. So please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Bye for now, and I'll see you again.